Don't you want devoted followers who leave their families for you, give their money to you, give their bodies to you, give up their lives for you, consider you God, and will kill for you? Don't you want to become a cult leader? Since the death of God, there's been a vacancy open. You could fill that void. Here's how.
Tell them that the match is on. Connected to YouTube on my cell phone. Where am I around? Where you at? Sicker than my pheromone. Fuck, sale, sharp and determined. This rematch steady, never left me losing. Always did I show. Ain't no 5 round would say that you're the backhole. See, you and I can simply just swap sides and go onward through the match voting tournament. Alright, back to earth, big sets and round missing. 10 matches more, show how I win it without trying. My doobie fantasy. The hottest they mad at me, a matter of the heart for the tennis community. For me, I picked the pepper in a medical book. Look back and think twice like the path that I took. I don't put gang of fuck freaker last evening. Kill him on the corner, take his laptop for a reason. Put him on the back burner, say the live season.
You really don't remember me, do you?
I don't understand, I'm also
It's you.
You've mentioned ecology, you've mentioned animals, you've mentioned the music, you've mentioned what's really important to you right now. What's the most important thing to you in your life? The devil.
YouTube poo tennis.
Don't you want devoted
YouTube poop
who leave their families for
YouTube poop
give their money to
YouTube poop
give their bodies to
YouTube poop
give up their
YouTube poop
lives for you, consider
YouTube poop
God, and will kill for
YouTube poop. Everyone knows that you are fucked up. And everyone knows that I am fucked up. But does everyone know that you are more fucked up than me? Yes!
When lava pours out near the sea surface, tremendous volcanic explosions sometimes occur.
盛り上げろよお前ドーンドーン音ドーンドーン音楽ドーン
Did you guys know I cannot die?
Don't you want devoted
who leave their families for give their money to give their bodies and will kill
You've mentioned ecology, you've mentioned animals, you've mentioned the music, you've mentioned ecology, you've mentioned animals, you've mentioned the music, you've mentioned
ecology, you've mentioned animals, you've mentioned the music, you've mentioned ecology, you've mentioned animals, you've mentioned the music, you've mentioned ecology, you've mentioned animals, you've mentioned the music, you've mentioned ecology, you've mentioned animals, you've mentioned the music, you've mentioned.
what's really important to you right now? What's the most important thing to you in your life?
is stuck. I cannot go back to your frown land. My spirit's made up of the ocean and the sky and the sun and the moon and all I can see.
The car is on fire, and there's no driver at the wheel. And the sewers are all muddied with 1,000 lonely suicides. And a dark wind blows. The government is corrupt. And we're on so many drugs with the radio on and the curtains drawn. We're trapped in the belly of this horrible machine. And the machine is bleeding to death. The sun has fallen down. And the billboards are all leering. And the flags are all dead at the top of their poles.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the
LaVie CestLol
show!
Shit. Alright, one fucking line.
Hold up, before we get started.
Guess who's coming? Guess who's coming? Guess who's coming?
DJ
Nineroe. What are you looking at me for?
Did you guys know you guys cannot die?
What do you think people did before?
Dear Mr. Ashcomment7 and BSB666C, I'm very happy to be part of this final, and I hope we have a great match. I have a few questions. What do you think about what we do in these videos as a whole? How do you perceive it? I'm interested to know what you think of it. See you all in round 5. Yours.
Our band is preparing for a European tour. You've mentioned ecology, you've mentioned animals, you've mentioned the music, you've mentioned
Nineroe.
you've mentioned
LaVie CestLol.
you mentioned
YouTube poo tennis.
you've mentioned
Dinner.
you mentioned
Zazu condoms.
you mentioned
The French.
you mentioned what's really important to you right now? What's the most important thing to you in your life?
If I was into BDSM, this would be the soundtrack.
Pingers.
Dear the Trophy. Wait, no, fuck, that's not why I fuck.
Dear brothers and sisters, dear enemies and friends, why are we all so alone here? All we need is a little more hope, a little more joy. All we need is a little more light, a little less weight, a little more freedom. If we were an army, and if we believed that we were an army, and we believed, but everyone was scared, like little lost children in their grown-up clothes and poses. So we ended up alone here, floating through long wasted days or great tribulations, while everything felt wrong. Good words, strong words, words that could have moved mountains, words that no one ever said. We were all waiting to hear those words, and no one ever said them, and the tactics never hatched, and the plans were never mapped, and we all learned not to believe.
Shut the fuck up!
This is a test. If this was a real emergency, I may have forsaken YouTube group tennis for good this time. What it is that we do all over the British countryside, Bucktown. Charities gone in the realms of dinner, automatic writing, disappointing wrongs. Your wrong 3 was weak, so kismic weak as I found love into these satanic realms of music with closer hand. From outside of the things we do, yours, LaVie CestLol. Let's do this shit! Vamping old gimmicks is the way of my future. I would kill my own laptop if I wasn't so insecure, but be sure that my rhymes are as deadly as can be, and not just detergents and showing of my own lunacy. The swan song. Sorry for turning up late. I had trouble figuring out how to choose my fate and see the stakes to the tango. I better make this quick and disappointed all you want people. I'm not anymore. Here's a piece of work for all the dick riders wanting the old LaVie back with the AE and pretty colors. This is not about technicity, it's about having fun, and the impact of what you say is about second to none, so I get more minimal. Why is that a problem? And I like my slow moving and twitching shit. What of them? Just because I do it a lot doesn't mean I'm uninspired. I like to lose myself in line, bro. And spam all you want. I'm tired of explaining what I should be doing instead of what goes into my editing. Gonna be judged anyway, so what bother doing this? Let me do my own business, back burning rounds of tennis. Around 5 that are some low expectations. I could put in more colors, but I don't see any reason, or I could just edit more. But there's no need for it. The wind bangs on my window as I finish writing that shit. As I finish writing that shit.
Nineroe, UTP, tennis convention, dinner, what's really important to you right now?
Nineroe taught me a lot ever since came by. Swell fellow with a taste for the chaos in a rider, Crimson King, gonna lose with editing discipline as the last song shines in the starless sky within. But I'm the skillful man in this duel of sorts, unable to match the glory of my past sport. But I'd rather discuss about how we both burn this world rather than impress a dead crowd who's on the ground curled. Oh well, that's what I get for being a fingers. I'm an opportunist one by pleasing the mass, but who cares? It's something as niche as what we do. The first one to give me advice will be thrown out of my view, but that's all that I can do. Finding ways to throw some shit on a video on YouTube while you people watch shit. This is my playground, whether you like it or not. There's no tactics or strategy, hence why I don't fit a slot. It seems that I do repeat myself when under stress, but to play with such beautiful fingers should be blessed. So thanks whatever happens and what grade we will get. I did my best even if it did not mean to fret. I just continue drifting, doing runs at my pace. I have several big ones that I need to give some space on my editing floor. Dust, crumbs and sparkling water and the trace of someone else's feet that makes it better on my own terms, my own self. I'm doing pretty good. Just because people are lost doesn't mean that they should. But I'm a rhinestone native that raised its reserve, as this really resembles what I did in my soul.
much that we've endured to get to this position. Much that we sacrificed. And the question now is, what lies ahead? For both of us. What's up? Determination can easily turn into obsession. Obsession to go. No, you can't. You can't. You can't. Maybe there is no point to it.
Tennis.
Of course, none of that means anything really. Just like you said, every word it is minimal, elaborate. Whether our lives are constructive or destructive. Whether people think this match will be worth 10, 2. As long as there's
fingers.